Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog of day, and today is Thursday the 20th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, way earlier than I needed to, but got up and around. Wife got up, she headed into work. I went and jumped in the hot tub for a little bit, got my soak on, ended up getting back in and getting a few things in the house done. A little bit of a cold front coming through, so it's not wretched yet, but it's definitely not warm. It's way colder than I want it to be in my life, but kind of is what it is. So went ahead, got a couple other things to take care of though. Ended up making up some hard-boiled eggs. Had actually planned on thinking, I'll make up a dozen instead of half a dozen like I normally do, because my little egg cooker makes is half a dozen at a time. So I'll make up a dozen of them, then I'll make up half of them into deviled eggs, because I know my cousin's boys are, or at least they used to be, I'm pretty certain they were. I know Scotty's boys were, but I think Norman's boys also are obsessed with deviled eggs. So I thought, well, I'll make some deviled eggs up, just some Miracle Whip and some mustard and some sugar and pickle relish and whatever else I want to put in there and knock it out. And then ended up doing that. I'm like, never mind. Well, we're going to eat dinner and stuff. And if they do want them to eat like half a dozen hard-boiled eggs, then my cousin's going to be upset, like they're not going to eat the dinner and all that shit. So went ahead and did not make that. I just made the ones for myself to eat. So I had that going. Just chilled out. Got a couple things done. Went out to, I had a request to do a dog and cat, I guess drop-in visits is a weird layout. They wanted once a day, and it's so dumb the way it's worded, but they wanted once a day for like 10 days, drop in on a senior dog and 2 cats. And then the way they worded it was like, hey, can you watch my animals? And I'm like, are you wanting the animals boarded at my house or drop-ins? Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm not doing one a day drop-ins for a dog. Like, that's bullshit. But then he said something about they were going to surgery. And I thought, well, maybe they're home and they can let the dog out. And as soon as the dog walked, they want somebody else to clean litter box and stuff. Like, that makes sense. So if you can get up and let the dog in and out of the backyard if it's fenced in, not a big deal. Or maybe it's a doggy door. I don't know. So figured out what was kind of going on a little bit. Set up a meet and greet. They weren't going to be free until about 3 o'clock. So knowing I was going to go have dinner with my cousin still, I was like, I'll get my run in. So I'm going to run done. Knocked that out, took care of it, got back. They reached out finally and said they were home. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna go get my my hot tub water tested. So grabbed a sample of it, headed up and get it tested. Left there, went over to the meet and greet, and holy crap, this guy supposedly just moved in this place and it's full of boxes and stuff. But the house stinks like worse than any weed shop I've ever been at. And there is weed ash everywhere. Like, just doesn't have an ashtray apparently. And there is like 100 incense ash sticks all over the place. So he's been living there for a while. Like, there's one big ass TV like on a TV or on the back, like on a little shitty stand, and like the little closed-in patio porch area thing, and everything else is boxes. And the one couch that's there is like covered in towels, so I guess the cats and dog don't ruin it, but it already looks ruined to me. So it is. I was like, oh, that's great. That's a wonderful fucking way to be. But it is what it is there. So I had realized that he's like, well, I'm not sure when the actual appointment's going to be. It'll probably be later in the month. And then da-da-da. And I'm like, that won't work for me because I'm going to be on a cruise. Like, and then I was like, told him some advice. I'm like, hey, if it was me doing this, a lot better for your animal. Your dog seems chill. Have the animal go board at somebody's house and have them come by and just feed the cats once a day, because your dog's going to get super lonely for 10 damn days if you just have you around all the time because you don't work and you're going to be gone for 10 days. That dog's going to go into some major depression and you'll have no way around it. So take the dog to a boarding facility, even a house setter like myself, that, you know, somebody brings to the house, and then have them stop by and feed the cats. But he showed me where the cat litter box was, which was in a bathroom that was piled up. So I don't know where they use the bathroom because that place looked like a hoarder house. And the cat litter box was so overfilled with shit that it might be the worst one I've ever went into a client's house and saw. I've seen worse like on TV, and like that's it. Like, I've never seen worse in person. And I was like, nope, I'm out of here. Don't give a shit how much you pay me. Like, I remember told my wife, I'm like, that would be $100 is what I would charge for that litter box alone. And part of that money would be me stopping by and buying a new litter box, a new box of litter, and just throwing that thing in the dumpster. Like, there's no way I'm cleaning that shit. Like, not a chance. No way. And I was like, I'm out. So, and then plus the dates are possibly wrong anyway. It won't fit with my schedule. So, completely wasted my time. The whole thing, the dude was super fucking weird and creepy. And yeah, it was just not a good fit at all in any way, shape, or form. It gave off really weird vibes, and just the whole thing was super, super strange. So left from there, headed back home, washed up really, really good. I washed up in the car, but washed up again when I got home because everything just felt dirty there. So yeah, that was fun. We went from there, hung around, finally reached out. My wife's asking what time we're going to meet at dinner still. Wasn't sure, so I reached out to my cousin. I said, hey, we still on for dinner? How are we doing stuff? And she goes, oh, no, we haven't even been to the hotel yet. We went to Distant Springs and didn't realize how late it's getting and yada, yada. I'm like, so you're going to go to St. Augustine and come back down here to eat? Like, that makes no sense. But okay. And I had moved around my dog drop off even. So I had a dog getting dropped off today. I pushed way back. They want to drop off like 5 or so. I said you can drop dog off like after 8 because we're eating at 6. Figure an hour at least to eat, talking to family stuff, maybe an hour and a half. Because in half an hour to get home, 8 o'clock we're fine. So now it sounds like she wants to try and eat tomorrow, meet together. And who knows, we'll have to see how it goes down. But she'd reach out and not sure if it's gonna work because she's like pointing out restaurants that are like way the north side of St. Augustine. So by the time my wife gets there, she'll be able to eat anything close to like 6:30. She's gonna have to leave work early, and that feels weird. I now have a dog that's coming, so I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll have to see. But yeah, so I went ahead and reached out to the owner of the dog and said, hey, you can drop the dog off pretty much whenever you want because shit got canceled up and we're not doing dinner together. So she reached out, said she's on her way, everything was good. Wife came home, ended up making ourselves a nice little dinner. I had thawed out some salmon and air fried it. She basically microwaved a sweet potato, and I heated up the rice and some vegetables. We had ourselves a wonderful little meal, watched a little bit of TV together, and I headed back out. In the cool evening with electric blanket over my toes, discussed what restaurant we might try and eat at tomorrow, and then talked to my wife about possibly her not going and just me going up to see him. That way she can come home here and hang out with the dog because I don't want the dog gone. Because even if you figure hour and a half there to the restaurant, hour and a half to eat, hour and a half back, you're looking at 4.5 hours. That's a long time for this crazy ass doodle to be at my house alone. So I think what most likely, if it does work out at all tomorrow, we'll see. And I'll probably just head up there maybe 2 hours before my wife goes over work, 3 hours at most. And that way she can come home, hang out with the dog in the evening. I'll go up, hang out with them for a little bit, and go from there. So, but also depending on how this cold front's doing, it's not like they're gonna be going to the beach or the pool. So it's really hard telling, who knows. And the thing is, the restaurant they picked out, she found on my wife's Facebook page, was one of the restaurants we wanted to try. So now I feel weird if I go and eat with my cousin at the restaurant because my wife had mentioned she wanted to go try that next time we're up in St. Augustine. So I was like, I don't know, it feels weird. So it is what it is. But got done there, headed back in, got myself a little snack, wrapped it up, watched a little bit of TV, and called it a night. So that's all I got for right now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.